What's hiding underneath things can be scary. Underwater, under your bed, especially what's under your carpet. Except when you get new carpet from Carpet One Floor and Home. After tearing up your old carpet, they'll vacuum and apply Health Annex antimicrobial to your subfloor, disinfecting and killing mold, mildew, and any remaining general awfulness. Carpet One Floor and Home goes the extra mile to protect you, your family, and your home. Carpet One Floor and Home in Columbia, making your home beautiful, guaranteed.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Tuesday, January 31st, 2023. We've gone through a whole month already of the new year. And you know who I've got over here? Somebody we haven't had on Radio Friends for quite a while now.
It's been a while.
The last time I just introduced her as a private citizen. Today, you can hear that laughing. I have to introduce her as Madam Mayor, Barbara Buffaloe.
Hey, Paul.
Good to have you.
I know, long time no see.
Yeah. So do I call you Madam Mayor?
You can call me Barbara.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. So let's talk a little bit about, here you are, you're the mayor of the city of Columbia, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you, Paul.
We've been friends for a long time.
I know, right?
I couldn't vote for you because I don't even live in the city of Columbia.
But you had an opinion.
I had a very strong opinion. Anyway, Barb, what does it feel like, and what about the transition going from a private citizen to now being mayor of this thriving metropolis
of ours? It is an awesome. Well, I think that's great. You say it, thriving metropolis, right? We're a fantastic town, and it's been an interesting transition. You know, working for the city for over a decade. I can't imagine somebody stepping into this without some experience with working with the city. Because, you know, when someone says, oh, have we tried? I'll be like, we did. I remember when we tried that. And so it's been good. I think working in sustainability, obviously you have to know a lot about a lot. And so you have to know different community groups to partner with. You have to know who at the city does the certain jobs. You have to know what best practices other communities are doing. And so I've been able to take that knowledge into this. There are some things that are unexpected, I would say. What? Well, for one thing, did you know that the email address is the same for all the previous mayors? So every newsletter they ever subscribed to or got subscribed to, I get all of those newsletters.
So you get all of the.
Yes, I can tell you what different mayors were interested in, what they subscribed to. I'll save that for a later conversation. But I think there's some of those things. I think it's really interesting. You know, people, when you show up to events, even if I'm just there as a private citizen, as a mom, it means something that the mayor is there.
Because you're the mayor.
Yeah, and I think I take that very seriously, because I do love Columbia, and I want to be there.
You know, it's obvious that you do.
Yeah.
When you were working for a sustainability office, you would come on. It's obvious that you really cared about the community.
Me too.
And you're taking that caring to a new level now. As the mayor. Has there been anything that has really surprised you or perhaps gotten you just a little bit upset?
Well, I think for some of it, you know, we're trying to deal with issues that are happening locally that are also being influenced by issues that are happening nationally, statewide, globally. And so I think one of the things that surprises me when you hear some of that rhetoric come into a council meeting, or you hear it in some of the emails or social media posts, you know, I always want to encourage people, reach out and ask, right? So because we can't just assume that something that happened in another city is going to happen in Columbia without talking with one another. And it's hard, right? So it's hard for me to monitor and actually respond to social media in like an echo chamber of sorts. So I encourage people to ask their neighbors, ask your council member, email the mayor, and ask, you know, what is going on? What are some of the details with this? So I think it's sometimes surprising to me to see some of those kind of conspiracy theories get shared on, and I'm just like, oh, come on, y'all. Like Columbia is we take care of one another. Like, let's try to not to let that influence us.
Okay. So that surprised you?
Well, I mean, yes and no. It didn't surprise me. I think it surprised me sometimes when I see it out there because I'm like, well, that just sounds crazy. I don't think we're doing that, but you know.
What is the best part of this job?
Oh, well, the best part, this is going to sound silly, but like it's the hugs. No.
The hugs?
Well, it's more of when I go to events, or I was just at one, earlier this week. When I go to events, people, they're thankful to have the mayor there. And it makes me feel good that I am showing up. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Now, campaigning. When you were out campaigning, you were out knocking on doors,
Yes.
asking for votes.
Yes.
What is it like to go up and knock on a door and say, "Hi, I'm Barbara Buffaloe. I'm running for mayor. Will you vote for me?"
Well, in reality, that wasn't my first question. My first question was like, are you aware that there's an upcoming election? Because that's actually one of the most surprising things.
No, you didn't have people say no.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had people that were not aware, or they knew an election was coming up, but they hadn't looked to see what was on the ballot. They knew there was going to be something.
Oh, my.
And this was last April when we were talking about the use tax. We were talking about support for school. All of these issues, and you're like, oh, gosh. Okay, well, let me tell you some things that are on there. I'm not going to tell you how to vote, but here's some things you should be aware of.
Except vote for me.
Right.
Didn't you? You did say that.
I did ask. I did ask if I had their support, obviously.
Yeah. Did you have anybody say no?
I did.
And when somebody says, "No, I won't vote for you," what do you say?
Well, I say, I want to know the issues that are important to you so that if I do win, I can still bring your voice.
Yeah, because I
to
care.
the decision.
Even though you're not going to vote for me, I still care for you, and
Well,
I'm going to
it's
represent
true.
you. Right.
It's still true. I'm still the mayor of the entire town, regardless of whether or not people voted for me. So I definitely want to take into their thoughts and concerns into consideration.
Right. But that has to hurt a little bit when somebody tells you right to your face, "No, I'm not going to vote for you."
It only happened a couple of times.
Good.
Yeah.
Because you're such a sweet person.
It's funny. My husband, he was joking. He was like, well, there's probably two people in Columbia, like the ones who know you and love you and the ones who haven't met you yet. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go out there with that optimism in mind.
Yeah, you hope a lot of people know and love you that vote for you.
Yeah.
So all in all, things are going well.
All in all, things are going well. I'm so thankful to have such dedicated people, both the city professional staff and our city manager's office and our different departments. And then also my fellow council members who were putting in time and effort to do this and trying to make sure our meetings are efficient, but also listening to our community and making the best decisions for the future.
We're almost out of time. First of all, will you come back again?
I would love to come back
We'll have
again.
a discussion with the mayor. Now, in the 20, 30 seconds we got left, what's your vision for the future?
Well, my vision is that it's a well-planned future, right? So that we're thinking about how we grow, we're thinking about how people get around, how they get water, how they get power, and making sure that we're taking into consideration knowing your neighbor and building those relationships.
Okay, got it. Barb, thank you so much for coming
good to
by.
see you again.
Oh, Madam Mayor, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's good talking to you again.
I know. Happy New Year.
Doesn't seem like your mayorship has changed your friendly, outgoing attitude.
No, but we are talking trash later on tonight at the
Oh,
Arc,
that's right. Tonight's trash talk at the
6 to
council
8.
meeting.
See you at the Arc.
Bye-bye.